seems to happen exactly as it's scripted in the playbook.
Welcome back to all of those watching inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. This one coming down to the wire as we pick up the action in the final minute of regulation. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Back to throw, Fields. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
Well, certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Now a first throw here in overtime. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Operating from the gun. Boom. He completes it to Tompkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 25 yards that time.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Booth. But it's caught. Tompkins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Booth.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. 58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, David.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for the Vikings, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.